So, have you ever stopped to think about that invisible force that organizes, well, pretty much everything, from a tiny business's inventory all the way up to a huge company's financial reports? Well, today we are pulling back the curtain on one of the most powerful and maybe underrated tools ever invented, the humble spreadsheet.
I mean, do you ever feel like you're just drowning in a sea of data? I know I do. You've got your personal budget, you've got these massive projects at work, information is just everywhere, and let's be honest, it can get completely overwhelming.
Yeah, it's a constant challenge, right? The modern world basically demands that we make sense of all this information. Our own finances, complex business analytics, you name it. But what if this solution wasn't some crazy, intimidating piece of software?
What if there was just one tool designed specifically to bring order to all that chaos? A tool that could turn a mountain of numbers into something clear, something you can actually use. Well, there is, and that's the unsung hero we're going to get into today.
Okay, so what is a spreadsheet exactly? Well, to put it simply, it's an application, a program that's used to organize, analyze, and store data in a table. You know, a tabular form. If you can picture a simple grid, you're already halfway there. But let's be real, the official definition is kind of dry, isn't it? So here's a much better way to think about it. Imagine a calculator, but on steroids, and then mix that with a perfectly organized digital filing cabinet. That, my friends, is a spreadsheet.
All right, so now we've got a handle on what it is. Let's peel back the layers and actually look under the hood. You'll see how it all works, and honestly, it's surprisingly simple.
Okay, so it all starts with rows. These run horizontally, left to right, and they're identified by numbers. 1, 2, 3, and so on. A good way to think about it is that each row is like a single record, maybe one person in your contact list. And then you've got your columns. These guys run vertically, top to bottom, and they get letters, A, B, C, and yeah, they go way beyond Z. So if the row is your contact, the columns are the different pieces of info about that contact. Their name, their phone number, their email address.
And here's where the magic really happens. Where a row and a column intersect, where they meet, they form a cell. This little box is the absolute heart of the spreadsheet. It's the individual container where your data actually lives. So, sticking with our example, it's where you type in a specific person's phone number.
Now, this is absolutely crucial. Every single one of those cells has a unique name. We call it the cell address. And it's super simple. It's just the column letter and the row number put together. So for example, the cell A1 is in column A, row 1. B2 is in column B, row 2. This simple little address system, that is the key to unlocking all of the spreadsheet's power. So you've got rows, columns, and cells. I mean, it sounds almost too simple, doesn't it? So what is it that transforms this basic grid into such an incredible powerhouse? Well, let's talk about its superpowers.
Okay, so what are we talking about? Well, first off, it gives you this perfect, structured way to organize and manage your data. That's a given. But the real magic, that's in the built-in functions and formulas. You can make it do powerful calculations automatically. Then you can take all that data and bring it to life with charts and graphs. You can even collaborate with your team in real time. And you can customize the whole layout for literally any task you can imagine. And hey, just to give you an idea of the sheer scale we're dealing with here, a single modern worksheet can have over 1 million rows. Let that sink in. That is a massive amount of data you can manage, all in one place.
All right, so you're probably thinking, okay, I'm sold. Where do I find these things? Let's take a look at the most popular tools in your digital toolkit.
Really, the two heavyweights in the ring are Microsoft Excel and Google Sheets. Excel is, the industry standard. It's packed with powerful features for serious data analysis, financial modeling, all that good stuff. Then you have Google Sheets, which is super popular because it's all cloud-based, which makes real-time collaboration an absolute breeze. So, what's the big takeaway from all this? At the end of the day, a spreadsheet is this incredibly versatile key. It's the tool that lets you take a complex, messy pile of information and unlock genuine clarity from it. The potential here is just massive, and it's right there at your fingertips. So I'll leave you with this question. Now that you know its power, what problem, big or small, are you going to solve with your first spreadsheet?